Welcome to Tech Insight ED, where digital tech meets marketing mastery. Indents and line spacing are two things that you can use to control how the text looks on a slide, and you can adjust them whether you use normal paragraphs or bulleted or numbered list. If you just want to quickly add a first-line indent to a paragraph, you can put the insertion point at the beginning of the paragraph and press the Tab key. And you can see that this only affected the first line of the paragraph. So if you add a first-line indent to each paragraph on a slide, it kind of helps them stand out from one another, which can make the text a little bit easier to read. There's another way to change indents, and this affects all the lines. First, I'm going to select the paragraphs I want to change, and then I'm going to push the lines to the right and add more space between the image and the text. On the Home tab, click Increase List Level, and you can see that the left edge of the text moves to the right. That's actually a little too much space, so I'll just click Decrease List Level. The other thing to notice is that when you change the indent, the font size changes too. So if you want the text to be a specific size, you may have to readjust it. You can also use these methods to change the indentation on a bulleted or numbered list. And one reason you might want to do this is to create a multi-level list. You can select the lines you want to change, and then click Increase Indent Level. And this is a multi-level list because these items form kind of a sub-list that is organized under this line. Now, to make these lines stand out a little bit more, we can change the bullet type. Having a different bullet here helps show that these lines are together and they're on a different level from the other lines. The only thing I don't like about the bullets is that they're a little too far away from the text, so I'm going to fine-tune them using the ruler. To do this, go to the View tab and put a check where it says Ruler. When you select the lines, you'll be able to see the indent markers. With bulleted list, you can just move the hanging indent marker to control how far the bullet is from the text. I want it to be pretty close to the text, but not too close. This can really make your list look more polished. Now I'm going to go back to the paragraphs, and I'd like to adjust the spacing in between the lines to open this up a little bit. So you can just select the paragraphs, and on the Home tab, go to the Line Spacing command. You can choose a line spacing value here, but I'd really like something that's in between these two values, say 1.3. To do that, just go down to Line Spacing Options and type in the value that you want here. While we're here, we can adjust the paragraph spacing, which is the extra space before and after each paragraph. I'm going to change the spacing after to 12 points. This is spread the lines out a little bit. And you can also see that the paragraphs are farther apart now, which is going to make it easier for the audience to read the text. Indents and line spacing can really make the difference between a presentation that looks pretty good and one that looks polished and professional. As you create more and more PowerPoint presentations, you're probably going to find yourself using a lot of bulleted and numbered lists. Lists are a great way to present information to your audience because they break up the information into manageable pieces. We are going to talk about the different ways that you can customize your bullets or numbers to give a distinctive look to your lists. The first thing you should do is select the list, and on the Home tab, you'll find the Bullets drop-down arrow, which lets you select a different style. And if you would prefer to use a numbered list, you can click the numbering drop-down arrow. Let's say we're using a numbered list, and maybe this list is actually a continuation from the previous slide. Instead of counting up from 1, we might want to start with, say, 5 first. Go to the numbering drop-down arrow, and then click Bullets and Numbering. This is where you go whenever you need to customize your bullets or numbers, where it says Start At. You can just change that to a different number, and now it will count up from the new number. For this list, I want to use bullets, but none of these choices really match the presentation. Luckily, there are many more bullets we can choose from. Go down to Bullets and Numbering here. You can either choose a picture to be your bullet, or you can click on Customize to choose a symbol. And that's what I'm going to do. You can use any of these symbols as your bullet, and I kind of like this one. Click OK, and you'll see your symbol appear in this area. You can also change the size or the color. You can choose any of these colors, and if you don't see the exact color you want, you can click More Colors, and when you click OK, the bullets will appear in your list. I think these bullets are much more interesting now. You have many different options for customizing lists, and you can really tailor them to fit the style of your presentation. Like, share, and subscribe for more educating content like this.